Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Welcome to my channel Civil Tech Forum. Okay, today we'll be discussing on the step-by-step procedure of building construction and the building components. Okay, before going to start this session, if you not subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe and press bell icon for notifications. So in the initial stage of the building construction, so we'll be checking one by one. Okay, here before going to start of a project, before going to start of any residential building construction, all we need the working plan. Here you can see in the figure, you need to go for the working plan. Okay, so it is a site where we have provided some size of site is there. Okay, so in that we have provided a plan as per the requirement of a client. Here we have the living room, a office is provided, office room is there, and a bedroom is provided. Okay, as well as puja room, kitchen, inside staircase we have provided, that means it is a duplex house. Okay, so bath and WC separately, as well as the wash basin is provided. These are the requirement, based on the requirement of client we have provided this plan. Okay, once we have provided these plan, okay, before going to start any of the plan, you must know the required dimensions or minimum required dimensions. In the last video we have discussed on how to prepare a plan and what should be the dimensions. You can go and check that video also. Okay, and apart from that, we have provided, this is a corner site, we have provided a parking space also. Okay, once the plan is get completed, we should go for the elevation, or we call it as a 3D elevation. Okay, here you can see in the figure we have the elevation of this drawing also. As I already said, it is a G+1 duplex building, that is duplex building is there. Okay, so here we have provided gate, another gate is provided here, you can see in the plan also. Okay, once if this plan and elevation process is get completed, we'll be going for the structural design. Okay, here you can see the structural drawing. Okay, the example of a structural drawing we have provided here. Okay, so before going to the construction activity, we must have these steps. First one, plan. Before that also we go for the site survey, as well as a plan is to be provided, as well as the elevation, and once if it is get completed, the structural drawings. Okay, so once all the drawings is get completed, we know the dimensions of footing, dimensions of column, what are the reinforcement, we'll be going for the center line drawing. Once if the center line drawing is get completed, so if the center line drawing is get completed, we'll be going for the layout or line out or column footing marking at the site. Here you can see in the figure. Okay, we have provided, or we have already completed the line out or the column footing marking we have done in the site. Okay, regarding this I have made a video how to do the column footing drawing also. Okay, you can find in the building construction playlist, you can go and visit, or in the I'll be writing, or I'll be giving you the link in the description box, please go through that. Okay, once if this work is get completed, okay, we'll be going for the excavation. Once if the line out or the column marking is get completed, we'll be going for the excavation. Either you may go for excavation manually, or you may go for excavation, you may do the excavation using the machineries also. Okay, so manual as well as machinery, so both you can do the excavation process, you can do both, but it should be up to the hard strata. Okay, if purely it is an open foundation or shallow foundation, if the hard strata is not available at a certain depth, either you may going for the bed soiling. Okay, we have uploaded video on that also, or you may go for the pile foundations, raft foundations, many types of the foundations are there. Okay, directly not go through the deep foundations. Okay, if it is not feasible, if the isolated footings or the shallow foundations are not feasible, in that case maximum you can go for the raft foundation. Or if the multi-story building is there, the load coming on the footing is quite high, in that case we'll be going for the pile foundations or the deep foundations. Whereas once the excavation is get completed, okay, we'll be going for the bed concreting. Here you can see the bed concreting will be done using the concrete of grade M7.5 or M10. It is a PCC, plain cement concrete. Will not be using any reinforcement here. Okay, mainly the purpose of bed concrete is to maintain the level ground for the foundation, and second one, there should not be any contact in between the concrete and the that means a footing concrete as well as the soil below that one. Okay, soil, that is subsoil. Okay, so to avoid this one, we'll be going for the bed concreting, which is of grade M7.5 to M10. Okay, once if this is get completed, we'll be going for the reinforcements. Okay, you know how to go for the reinforcement. Okay, if possible, I'll make another video on how to find out the reinforcement for footing, column, and how to tie the reinforcement for footing and column and some other structural members. Okay, here once if the bed concreting is get completed, we'll be going for the placing of footing and column reinforcement. Okay, here you can see the footing reinforcement we have provided, and we have placed the column based on the markings. Okay, markings we have done. Once if this marking and placing of these footing reinforcement as well as column reinforcement is get completed, we'll be going for the footing concreting using M20 grade concrete as per IS 456, Indian Standard 456. Okay, the minimum structural grade of concrete used for the building construction is M20 grade concrete. Okay, whenever you take the building construction or you take up any projects of residential, commercial, whatever it may be, the minimum structural grade of concrete to be used should be used is M20 grade concrete. Okay, not less than that one to be used as a structural grade concrete. Once if the footing concreting is get completed, okay, it will be done within a day. Once if it is completed, on the next day we'll be going for casting of columns. Okay, once de-shuttering of footing is completed, the curing process will be continued. Okay, another important thing is that you are not supposed to construct only to construct a building. You need to go for the curing process also. Okay, so here you can see in the figure, okay, we are curing the columns as well as footing using the bags. A continuous pouring of water will be going on. Okay, if you using this, you can go for the curing. Okay, once if the footing concreting is get completed, we'll be going for the casting of the columns using M20 grade concrete up to the parking level. Earlier we used to construct the stone masonry up to plinth level, and later above the plinth level we used to lay the plinth beams. Okay, here what we are doing, okay, here in this one, okay, we will be laying the columns up to parking level. Either you may go for parking bottom level or top level. Okay, so the top of the beam should be flush with the level of top of the parking, or it may be more than that. Okay, if beams are not obstructing, okay, anywhere you can match the bottom of the beam to the top of the plinth level. Okay, here I'll show you the figure or levels here. Okay, here you can see this is our parking level. This is our parking level, and we have laid beam, okay, at the level of parking. Above that we have constructed a stone masonry as a plinth, and above this one we have used a damp proof concrete, DPC we have used here. Here you can see the DPC. Okay, so in this way we will be providing the levels. Okay, here once if the column is get completed, that whatever the column casting is get completed up to the parking level, we'll be going for a stone masonry on the periphery. That means on the boundaries of site we will be constructing a compound once the building is fixed. Okay, building columns are fixed, so the stone masonry acts as a foundation to the compound wall. It acts as a foundation to the compound wall, as well as it acts as a retaining wall to the backfill. Okay, once if the stone masonry is completed, we'll be going for the backfilling. Okay, so that it acts as a retaining wall also, as well as it acts as a foundation for the compound wall. Okay, here you can see the backfilling of muram. Okay, so better grade muram to be used for backfilling. You are not supposed to go for the black cotton soil. Okay, so filling to be done using the muram itself. Okay, once if this work is get completed, we'll be going for the level ground. we'll level the muram, as well as we'll be going for the compaction using equipments, as well as the water optimum moisture to be maintained to compact the backfill material, that is the muram. Okay, so once if this get completed, we'll be going for the construction of ground beam or plinth beam. Here you can see the plinth beam we have provided or ground beam we have provided. Ground beam means it is at a parking level. Okay, here in this figure you can see a parking level is here. Okay, that's why I said earlier because either if the beams are not obstructing anywhere in the parking, you can provide level of the beam should be more above the parking level. That means bottom of the beam level should be above the level of parking. Okay, if it is obstructing anywhere, okay, in that case the top of the beam should match with the top of the parking level as it is there in the first figure. Here you can see. Okay, sometimes it may affect or it may obstruct here. Okay, if I provide beam at this location, okay, it will be obstructing to entry at this location. So that's why we have done, we have provided beams at the level of the parking. Whereas here in this figure, the plinth beam or ground beam is provided above the parking level. Here we have a parking level. Okay, above this one, okay, we have provided, okay, this is the parking level, bottom of this beam is the parking level, and this one is the we call it as the top of the beam level or plinth beam level. Okay, and only 1 feet plinth is not sufficient from the parking level. Okay, so here from the ground the plinth is of 1 feet 6 inch around. Okay, whereas above this we have only provided 1 feet beam. Okay, it is not sufficient. Okay, that's why what we'll do, okay, we'll be going for some more height of the plinth is required from the parking level. Minimum of 2 feet is required. Okay, so we'll be finding the solution for that. Okay, so whereas the ground beam reinforcement to be designed and provided, and using M20 grade concrete, okay, we will be laying the plinth or ground beam. Okay, as I said, if it is structural grade concrete, structural grade means where the reinforcement is involved in any of the structural any of the members, the reinforcement is involved. Okay, in that case that member is treated as a structural member. Okay, so in that case the minimum grade of concrete to be taken as M20 grade concrete. Once if the casting of this beam is get completed, we will be going for the plinth level. As I said, okay, only 1 feet plinth is not sufficient from the parking level. So what we will do, okay, I'll be lifting or increasing the level of plinth. Okay, so 1 feet beam is there from the parking, and another 1 feet brick masonry will be done. Okay, once if the brick masonry will be done, okay, we'll be going for backfilling. Okay, backfilling of this position. Okay, this is the plinth level, whatever the level you can see. Okay, so the above this brick masonry, okay, this is our plinth level. Okay, so as we fill the muram here, sometimes what happens, because of the moisture, whatever the walls in the superstructure will undergo the absorption of moisture. Okay, so that means the capillary rise will occur, and whatever the moisture in the backfilling will be raised up to the superstructure. Okay, so to avoid that one, to avoid that capillary rise, okay, we need to provide the damp proof concrete. Okay, here you can see the construction of brick masonry up to plinth level using cement mortar 1:6. Okay, even in the stone masonry also we will be using 1:6 cement mortar, that is one portion of cement and 6 portion of sand. Okay, whereas in the construction of brick masonry also we will be using the mortar of ratio 1:6. Okay, to avoid the capillary rise, I will be providing the damp proof concrete. We have made a video, already have made a video on damp proof concrete, what exactly the damp proof concrete is or damp proof course is, and why it is required. Okay, what are the importance of DPC. Okay, you can visit my channel, and many earlier videos are there on the building construction, and you can check those videos also. Okay, so there I have discussed importance of DPC in the video. Okay, so you can check that one. Okay, so it is all about the construction of building. Okay, here you can see the components. So we have discussed up to the DPC level, that means up to this level we have discussed. So here above this I need to discuss about the superstructure, that means brick masonry, lintel, and above the lintel the brick masonry as well as the roof beams, slab, okay, something, the staircase. Okay, these many components to be discussed here. Okay, so in the initial or the first video, this is the part 1, we treat this as a part 1 video. Okay, in this video we have discussed on the plan, elevation, structural drawings, column layout or the line out, or next one excavation, bed concrete, a footing concrete, that is reinforcement as well as concrete, the column casting, stone masonry, backfilling, ground beam, and the plinth and DPC. Okay, this is all about the building construction part 1, or the step-by-step procedure, how exactly it will be done. Okay, how exactly the building will be constructed step by step. Okay, so in the next video we'll be discussing on the superstructure. Okay, we have discussed up to this level. Okay, up to plinth level we have discussed. So here what I will do in the next video, plinth is get completed. Okay, so in the next video we will be discussing on the construction of masonry and superstructure, doors and windows, and next one lintel and chajja, and brick masonry above the lintel level, and roof beams and slab, staircase, everything. Okay, so if you really like this video, please press like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel and press bell icon for notifications. Thank you.